Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Good morning, Timbo. How are you this morning? Good morning. I am flat. I haven't taken any trades. I'm honestly half asleep. Good morning, Amelia. So, yeah, it's kind of where I am. I decided yesterday I was going to do what I told y'all on Friday and go through that big ass stack of papers, and I didn't get everything done, only like halfway. And I just got tired. It got super late and now I'm half asleep. So, I'm gonna copy the very first trade into my personal account because I need to take a trade so I don't get an inactivity fee. And after that, we'll just be trading the TPT account. So we'll see what happens. I'm still not all the way liking how I have everything put together right now. So I'm hoping I can get through the rest of everything today, maybe tomorrow at the late. I would say tomorrow because today is definitely going to be a nap day. But hopefully by the time I finish going through that big stack, I'll have like the most clear direction I can have. Because honestly, my goal is that every single setup is like a one liner. Hey, if this sets up, this is what you're looking for. If you don't have it, don't trade. That's what I'm hoping. Right now is not that simple. So, yeah, it was a lot. It was. So, we'll see. It is looking like possibly what I thought, that I'm probably not going to be taking too many counter trend moves. And I'm going to stick to mainly trades that just go in the trend direction, which is honestly the smartest thing to do anyway, but that's kind of what it's looking like. So I think that today that's what I'm going to focus on. Trying to get the rest of the like setups that go in the direction of the trend done, and we'll worry about the rest later. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. Counter trend is nice to have in your arsenal, but not if it's just gonna cause me to have so many different rules to look at that I just don't even want to do all that shit. So we'll see. Damn, I missed this one. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. Doesn't matter. This was a no fill. All right, let's see. haven't finished that yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the best. Yeah, once I finish this other stuff, I'll be fine. Yeah, the market's moving a little too fast for me and my sleepiness right now, but I'm gonna try to take a trade though, for sure. I'm also hopefully after this week, once I get through that stack, um I won't need to stay up as late trying to comb through stuff, and I'll be able to start streaming like right before market open. So that gives like 5 minutes of chit chat and then just start trading, since you guys know I don't start until 8:35 anyway. So the one rule that's easy to follow, 30% consistency. Basically, girl, let me tell you something, Amelia. I saw a short from somebody, and I think this was from a few months ago. I don't know why it just showed up in my news feed, but they literally talked about how Apex is a scam and they have all these rules and blah blah blah, and then proceeds to say that they got denied for windfall. So let me get this straight. Apex is a scam because you decided not to follow a 30% consistency rule. If you knew what the 30% consistency rule was, why would you request a payout before you're under the consistency? That's literally ridiculous. When I tell y'all, I am so over people. I am so over them. I am so over them. But you know what? It was nice because somebody in that other Discord actually this morning was like basically saying that they appreciate me. No, they said, I have to say, I like how you think. You don't take prop firms too personal. I actually appreciated that because for whatever reason, everyone in that Discord thinks that I'm an Apex shield. I don't think for myself probably, and that I just take up for the company and not the traders. Like, shut the fuck up. Have some logic, okay? Like someone saying Daryl is dead to them because Daryl in Apex is dead to them because they allow Patrick to call her the see you next Tuesday word. Okay. So by that logic, is all the companies that he's affiliated with dead to you? Because he just had the TPT CEO there. Brett was just there on Friday, wasn't he? Brett has been there multiple times. He's also affiliated with Day Traders and a couple of other companies. So are they dead to you as well? Couldn't even respond, just laughed at the comment because your other reasons, fine, have whatever reasons you want to. But when you start adding stuff like that, it doesn't make sense, because if you're not going to cancel all the other companies he's affiliated with because they did nothing about him calling Kelly a cunt, well, then that doesn't make sense. Like, it's so annoying. And then there was this one person in there that actually ended up muting me, as if that hurt my goddamn feelings. Because the nerve of you to continue replying to my comments and say that I am trying to lecture people because I continue to respond to people who respond to me. If you don't want me to respond to you, stop talking to me. Especially because what they said was completely unprovoked. There was a guy in there that was in the prop firm BS channel who was talking about strategy for multiple comments over and over, right? So guess what I did? Because he was specifically talking about cumulative delta, which sometimes, can go with order flow. I was like, oh, and then I started messaging. So then a whole nother person was like, hey, because I told them that there are certain order flow indicators that actually works with Rinko. So the person was like, can you give examples? So I was like, sure. So I wrote a pretty lengthy comment and showed specific examples. This motherfucker who had nothing to do with the motherfucking conversation who, by the way, added me on Discord as a friend not too long ago because you clearly had no problem with the way I thought until you thought I was taking up for Apex. Came into the conversation hours later talking about that's a whole lot of words. That's not at all prop firm BS. You didn't say that to the person who started this whole motherfucking conversation. You have a problem with me because I'm an Apex affiliate. Clearly, you have a personal issue. So when they said that, I said, well, I replied in the channel that the comment was made in. The person asked me a question in this channel. I answered it in this channel. If you didn't like it, if it wasn't meant for you, you could have scrolled past. So then reply to me and was like, I could have scrolled past as well. They knew what the context was. Why the fuck would I scroll? You actually replied to me, made Discord send me a motherfucking notification, so I'm going to reply to you. Like, what the fuck? Y'all think y'all could just bully people? Take your Apex hate out on Apex. Don't take that shit out on me. I don't give a fuck about them people. Like, when I tell you people are goofy, people are goofy. All right? Like, and then the crazy thing was one of the mods came in there and admitted that it was okay for me to reply and us to have that conversation in there. And after, a couple of messages, they were like, you just have to understand that there's a lot of Apex negativity in this Discord. I understand that. I know who Discord I join, but that doesn't give people the right to be disrespectful because somebody is an affiliate of I could see if I had a problem with Apex to where I wasn't a customer myself. I'm a customer myself. Why wouldn't I be? Y'all think because y'all sit here and have this conjured up hate every single day, unprovoked, that it's going to stop people from wanting it's going to stop everybody from wanting to be customers? No, it's not. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Ugh. Probably that's where she says she go when she's bored. But it's just so annoying to me because I am such a chill person. Like, gone are the days of me actually finding joy and going back. And I love a good conversation, a good disagreement, sure. But like, I don't find joy in sitting here. Like, it took so much restraint for me to not say what I wanted to say in there. Because I don't want to get kicked out. I need to keep up with some of this stuff that go on in different companies that I don't keep up with, just in case I ever want to be a customer. But what you're not going to do is be disrespectful when I'm nothing but respectful, because I can get disrespectful if you like. The fuck? Exactly. We don't have to agree. And this was the other thing. I knew that person was going to start some shit with me unprovoked because the last conversation that we had, I kept saying one of my very first comments to the person was, well, we just going to have to agree to disagree, but da 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 da. They came back with more. Okay. So I said it again, we'll have to agree to disagree, but blah, 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 blah. Then the person tried to make it seem like I was the problem because I kept saying I'll agree to disagree, but I kept commenting, well, bitch, you keep motherfucking replying to me. When my first message said I'll agree to disagree, you could have left it there. The minute you kept replying to me, obviously I'm going to reply. Why do y'all think I'm supposed to be silenced because y'all hate this damn company? That's not how this shit works. But damn, have some logic. Like, when y'all go around here and say, like, my only thing is, if I see that you say something and clearly you don't know what the hell you're talking about, I'm going to help you out a little bit. Like, for you to go around with this notion that you think that Discord was shut down because they rug pulled the DCAers, we've been talking about shutting that shit down before then. Because us who were volunteers were getting completely overran with consistently being asked the same questions over and over. It was in the midst of the rhythmic and the trade evade issues. You had all these other things going on. And plus, it was Cayenne's project. Cayenne is the director of operations of a whole nother fucking company. Nope. It was because of the... Okay, well, if you want to be stupid and think that, you do that, okay? I'm trying to provide you a little bit of clarity as somebody who is a little bit on the inside, just a little bit. But if that's what you want to do at this point, I don't even care. I don't even reply to stuff that I see about Apex unless I see a specific question. But still, people come at me and think I'm not going to say something back. You a motherfucking fool. Like, ugh, so annoying. I'm late and you mad. Good morning, Applejacks. Yes. Amelia, you saw it. I literally said multiple times, we'll just have to agree to disagree. But my thing is, if I'm coming at you peaceful in that way, and you continue to reply to me, why do you not think I'm going to respond back? Now you're making it seem like I want to argue. No, bitch, you do. Because you could have left it alone in my first comment. Happy Monday. All right, I think the market's slowing down a little bit to where my old sleepy eyes can see. So let's see if we can get into a trade. But yeah, that shit, it's just funny to me because that person sent me a friend request on Discord. I didn't request them. I didn't. So you obviously liked me at first. What changed? Because you couldn't just push me around because I kept replying to you? Well, that's always how it's gonna motherfucking be, okay? And I literally said I was done commenting in there. That's why I only commented, because the person was talking about cumulative delta and shit. I wasn't even responding to all that other stuff. Hi, good morning, Janelle. Girl, people in that person's Discord. Like, people are goofy as hell. Like, super goofy. And I also think that it's so funny how there's always a comment. Like, if I make a comment about anything, like I'm replying to somebody who says something about Apex, they will continuously say, well, that company's that to me and I hate them, whatever. And that's fine. And I even told one of the people, I was like, I don't care if you don't like them because I genuinely don't care. Like, it's not even to be smart aleck, trying to be funny. Like, it's okay. I know that the majority of you people in this Discord hate Apex, and that's fine. You don't have to repeat it to me. I promise you, it's not gonna change anything. So what does it matter? Yeah. So that was my weekend. That was my fucking weekend. Cause yeah, you don't like them, then yeah, everything y'all saying, yeah. My biggest thing is I'm a very logical person. Okay. I don't react off of emotion. I don't do things out of emotion. There's a lot of things that I could have done to a lot of people in my life if I reacted off of emotion. Even to this day, y'all know how much I cannot stand my donor. Okay. Even when I do periodically message him back, I take days, sometimes weeks, because I am a very emotionally intelligent and mature person. And what I never want to do is say anything that I regret. He just called me the other day while I was sleeping and left me a voicemail. I still haven't said anything to him because at this moment, number one, I don't care enough to respond, but there's a couple of more things I want to get off of my chest. It's like every time he messages me or calls me, I just got a little bit more I want to say, right? I'm a very logical person. So a lot of things that people say in this industry and do in this industry doesn't make sense to me. I can call my best friend right now and he will tell you exactly what he just told me the other day. You know, Key, one of the reasons our relationship works so well is because you are such a logical person. He asked me something in regards to some situation some girl is dealing with and was like, what do you think about that? I'm like, it's stupid as hell. He says, see, this is why we work. Because you're just so logical. Even as a woman with so many emotions, you are so logical. And that is my problem with most people in this industry. They have no logic. Everything is just based off emotion. Everything. And it's literally insane. It's insane. And I don't understand it. I just don't. Good morning, trenches. Good morning. You see me coming in here and saying I don't like no. And it's just like, I get it. And the thing is, I understand why everybody hates the different companies that they hate. And it's okay. It genuinely is okay. I get it. I absolutely get it. There are things I don't like about other companies, and I could talk about why I don't like certain things and move on. You don't see me in here talking every single day about how much I think Tradeify's live setup is dumb as hell. You don't see me talking about that every day. And I think it's dumb as hell. I don't have to sit here and talk about it. These people hate it so much they talk about it unprovoked. Weird. Why NQ is better than God. Exactly. And you know, we sit in here and we key over that because Janelle's just, she wants all of us to, but you know, it's not like that. It's like, hey, we respect it. You love gold. This person loves silver. This person loves NQ. This person loves ES. And it's fine. It is okay to be civil with other people, regardless of their differences in beliefs and thought processes. It's fine. But not with these people. And the nerve of the motherfucker to announce to me that they were muting me. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Was that supposed to hurt my feelings like I'm fucking 12? Like you're my friend? Most of your messages I scroll past anyway. Oh, you didn't know that. I literally told them, it's good that you're muting me because I'm going to continue to respond to somebody who continues to respond to me. So that is your best bet. Goofy. Exactly, Applejacks. You are exactly right. You are exactly right. I switched to YM, so there. Period. And now we hate you. No. Exactly. All you have to do is find what works for you. Whether it's a strategy, it's a company, like who cares, bro? They do. It's insane. Literal insanity. Good morning, Paul. Janelle. Oh my goodness. I just, all right, give me a pullback. Except for right now, I still don't feel comfortable trading when we're rotating over the VWAP. Excuse me. And we're too close to it right now, too. I don't want to take anything counter trend right now, though. This is more my speed. That stuff earlier, I saw we were already at 200-something thousand volume. I said, yeah, this is not going to be for me for a minute. Damn it. You've been asleep for 2 weeks. Absolutely, Janelle. Absolutely. But the crazy thing is, when you have a conversation with someone and you are giving them factual information, right? It's like they don't care because it doesn't fit their narrative. And that's fine. But at least be open to hearing other insights. It's just like when she says something in the Discord yesterday, I was like, well, you're privy to information I don't have. Based on the information I have, this is what I think. you know, but I need to see the information, not hearsay. I'm not, no, no. But it's like, I just, there's so many different opinions. And I mean, people are entitled to have them. And I love hearing other people's opinions about certain things, and hearing different people's experiences. But when I hear other people's opinions, I want it to be logic based. If it's not logic based, I can't compute, and I can't understand you at that point. I just can't. It's not how my brain is wired. It's not. 19. Stop pushing up so god dang far. What the? Are we gonna break this VWAP or what? And why is my VWAP not showing on that chart over there? Hey, why? Oh my gosh. My freaking levels are different again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Now it makes total sense why we are trading the way we are, but why is my chart not like that over here? I'm gonna have to ask them about that. It's not supposed to be that way. Oh, you've been trading the afternoon session? Critical thinkers are becoming rare, baby. Yes. Yes. Nah, welcome back, sleepy ass. I'm weak. Is Trading View completely dead? Is yours not working? But yeah, y'all, I need a detox out of that place for real, for real. Okay? I do. I said I was gonna do it, and I tried. But I saw some good conversation about strategy. Then the cuckoo birds got me. Why is this not staying on top? And it's supposed to. Oh, because that one says always on top as well. That makes sense. But yeah, hopefully I have enough energy to finish going through this big ass stack of papers so I can figure out exactly how I want to trade this mess moving forward. I am also, if I can kind of figure out the patterns that I do like the best, I am actually open to increasing my Renko size back to 20, possibly. Especially if it works out the exact same. I don't see a problem with doing so. That'll get rid of some of the choppiness that I see on you're going to see choppiness like that on any size chart, especially as volume is starting to dry up in the way that I trade it. But it would be nice for things to not be moving too fast. But also, I think I was just a little sleepy this morning too. So I don't know. But I am open to doing that though. Oh, wait. Not on the order flow chart. 18, 21. One bar pullback, of course. You dirty bastards. Oh, you're having issues with your bracket orders? You know, for TradingView to be as popular as it is and to have been out for as long as it has been, they actually have quite a lot of tech issues that are kind of weird. Like, I get data provider issues and stuff like that, but the actual platform, they shouldn't be having as many issues as they have. at all. Come on, just break through, please. What pissed you off, Applejacks? 7. I don't think I want to take that. Kind of want to see us clear, or we change to the downtrend. Triple last week top step didn't say anything in their Discord. At least did they reset or anything? Was it Top Step X or was it TradingView that messed up? Oh, so it was TradingView that messed everybody up. Even though they didn't say anything, did they fix the accounts or no? Yeah, it's just so weird that they have such a great platform for you know, charting and everything, but they can't get the execution part right. It's very weird. My market bleeding my oh goodness. This level. Oop. Visions of me with you. Trading view. Oh. Interesting. Stopped using TV a long time ago. I never liked it personally, and I don't really know. Well, I do know why I didn't like the interface, but I guess maybe, well, if it was TradingView, I'm actually surprised that my funded futures did anything about it, honestly. 14. I think I'm gonna take this sell right here. That's not good. Probably gonna get stopped out. It's creating a double bottom. Oh, no, I'm not. Alrighty. Great. Gotta turn my copier off because I just took my one little trade from my personal account. So I don't get hit with that $25 inactivity fee. That was another thing. This was like weeks ago. So somebody was asking about different brokers in that Discord. I was like, hey, NinjaTrader brokerage is good, but and I say you don't need a lot of money to put in there, especially if you're just trading micros and you're just trying to build. I said, but you have to watch out because you will get hit with an inactivity fee if you don't take at least one trade every 30 days. Somebody came in there and told me I need to speak on what I know, blah, blah, blah. I've had NinjaTrader for so many years and they do not do inactivity fees and all this other shit. First of all, babes, I've had NinjaTrader for years as well. So I literally had to tell them, actually, I am speaking on what I know. I am letting them know this because I got hit with an inactivity fee myself. And the fact that I had to screenshot my email asking them why I got a $25 fee because it didn't show as inactivity fee at first. Why I even had to show that? I'm definitely speaking on what I know. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Well, good morning. Hello. What's going on this chilly day? This weather keeps changing on. Take the man to the birthday pool. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm gonna tell her today. Make sure it hurts. Yes, I will, cause he ain't gonna have me looking crazy. Probably the day before. If I wanted to be real fresh. Good morning, Green. They don't get up to you. Okay, thank you. Period. That was my auntie, you guys. Um, all right, where are we at? Where are we at? Don't be rushing my granny. She had a slow morning, honey. Oh, shoot. Is Granny there? Yeah. Y'all just here for Granny. Granny? One of my supporters said, we just here for Granny. Is Granny there? She said, hi, good morning. Here go my auntie. Okay, you got your fan base. Okay, let's go. Oh, a hot mess. A hot mess. Yeah, I think she about to take her to the doctor or something. We got us a little village. Mm-mm-mm. I want a burger, but I want more abs. Get active in the field. You definitely can eat a burger. I eat. You saw what my stomach looks like. I eat a burger usually like once a week. Sometimes once every 2 weeks. I can eat beef and not really have an issue. I don't know if it's because of my blood type or what. You are definitely technically supposed to eat based on your blood type. I forget what mine is, so it's kind of hard for me to do that. But I know my sister tries to like it's certain foods. I forget what her blood type is as well, but I know we were just talking about this over the weekend. She's not supposed to eat crab legs, but she loves her good seafood boil, and afterwards she does not feel that great. She's not allergic or anything, but she said it definitely does not agree with her body anymore. It is back in Ohio just in time. Oh, really? We were supposed to have really bad weather yesterday. We were supposed to have category 3 storms again. I don't know if I told y'all, but when we had the tornadoes, what, 2 weeks ago or so, we actually had them, like I had two. There was one on each side of my house within about 5 to 7 miles. And we were supposed to have category 3 storms again yesterday, but it ended up not even being much of anything. 600 calories at work. I had to eat 2 burgers. And fries, there's nothing wrong with fries. You guys have an Aldi over there? I do, yeah. You want it every day with bacon and cheese? Okay, well, you know what, ma'am? In that case, you will not have the abs you desire. Seafood boiler looks good. Don't try it, Amelia. It's not good. It's not. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm a little biased because I make my own. Maybe it's good if you don't make your own. But I tried it and I was like, no. You're like 6'6", 2 burgers is nothing. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get some sugar in my body so I can have the energy to go through the rest of this stuff because I really hate sitting here not trading like that. But I kind of have no choice right now because I didn't finish going through stuff. 12. Okay. Okay. So I don't really feel all the way comfortable and I won't until I finish this crap. But yeah, Apple Jacks, I'm a firm believer that almost everything is not everything. Food wise, it's okay for you to cheat every night. Like for me, I stay pretty disciplined when it comes to my, I don't want to say diet, but my eating patterns, eating habits. I stay pretty disciplined from Sunday to Friday, sometimes Thursday, just kind of depending, so that I can legit just do what the hell I want on the weekend. And I find that that works for me, especially because it's like I don't really need a cheat day because I'm able to eat whatever I want, usually on Friday nights and then all day Saturday. But because I'm so disciplined, I usually eat the same thing that I already eat. Honestly, I do. Just what usually happens is since I only eat twice a day, I'll continue eating my breakfast the way I normally do. But then my dinner is when I like, oh, like this weekend I had catfish nuggets. I absolutely no, it wasn't this weekend. That was no, it was this weekend. I had catfish nuggets. Um, and for me, that's like a treat because it's fried. I don't really eat fried foods like that. But as long as you do things in moderation, you'll be fine. Because there are some people who are so disciplined and so strict and they still have health issues. They still don't have the body that they want. Like, you have to find what works for your body type, what your goals are, and loosen up a little bit so that you can be consistent. It's just like with like finances, right? The reason why most people suck on Dave Ramsey's plan is because it's too restrictive. Telling somebody to keep $1,000 in savings and use everything else that you have towards debt and go deliver pizzas and all of these other things. The reason why it does not work long term for people is because it's too restrictive. You're not able to enjoy your money. You're literally working to pay your bills and pay your debt off. And that's why a lot of people, especially if they lack discipline in other areas of their life, they just completely fall off the handle with it, right? Now, for me, even though I'm a very disciplined person, his strategy was never going to work for me personally, because I am not a firm believer in restricting things to a certain extent. And so I did it my way. I still saved money. I still got out of debt extremely fast. I still was able to go on vacations, buy things that I wanted. And it still only took me, I can't even remember how long it took me, but it didn't take me more than 2.5 years, I don't think, to get rid of like $40,000 in debt. Don't want to waste money if it's not good. Yeah, Amelia, it's not. Used to hate all these growing up because you got to bag your own groceries. What she say? Oh, she brought one of the packages in. Chipotle. I don't like Chipotle either. Bye. Be safe. Keep my granny safe. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like Chipotle. I When I first got into network marketing, one of the guys that I was in the company with, he worked at Chipotle. So like that was part of his story and like everybody talked about it. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try Chipotle one day. That shit was so disgusting. I was like, no. But I also grew up on Qdoba, so maybe that's why, because Qdoba is like unmatched if you compare it to Chipotle. Chipotle is not for me. Dave Ramsey is full of shit and is. You trying to see if we gonna hold the 19,000s? Oh, we got a reversal. Oh, there's nothing I could do here unless we pull back to there, which we just did not. 3. Brewskis every now and then. Right, you can't go on vacation. You can't do nothing. Like, baby, by the time, and it'll be people who's like $200,000 in debt, 300. Like, stop telling these people this. Ridiculous. Oh, my granny's calling my mom. Oh, she heard her. See you, Applejack. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Exactly. You still gotta live. Because if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stick to it. That's just the reality. All right, I'm going to look for. Oh, we didn't pull all the way back. Oh, yes, we did. Hmm. Oh, I wanted to react off of this green line, but we didn't. Pull back a little too far. I'm still questioning whether I want to take trades when we're inside the zone like that. And for now, I kind of don't. 35. How many did you? $300,000 in debt due to day trading episode. I did not even see that one, Timbo. I'm gonna have to go look that one up. You're all booked for Jamaica. Ooh, how long are you staying? I think I told y'all how my one of my cousins, her friend was planning some kind of trip, like a family trip to Jamaica. I think it was in June, but it was around my birthday, and I'm like, no. Well, they ended up having to cancel it anyway because I think the girl who was planning it, I think her mom passed away or something. I don't know, but I definitely told my mom I'm not going to Jamaica with family. You're supposed to get bent over balconies in places like that. It's ridiculous. I don't think she really liked when I said that, but it was the truth. She thinks I'm pretty vulgar. But hey, lady, the truth is the truth, okay? See. I did. 5 days? Ooh, nice. I did tell that to her. Girl, you was in a tropical place. Why would I be in a tropical, nice place like Jamaica and be with my family, honey? That does not make sense. Yeah, my mama, she thinks I'm a psycho, trust me. She's like, you just say anything. I'm like, listen, lady, it used to be that I wasn't one of your little friends. Now I'm one of your little friends, so I get to say certain things, okay? If you don't like it, stop being one of my little friends. Duh. Yeah, yeah. Come on, market. What the hell? Oh, I can't take that. It's not going to be enough delta in it. I can see that already. Keamber, find some energy to finish this. I don't know if I said this to you guys or I just told my two friends this. I feel like I told my two friends this. But one of the things a conclusion I came to early last week, was that one of the reasons why I've struggled putting this strategy together, well, first of all, it's because at this point, like the basis of my strategy are two things that I never dealt with in all of the years that I day traded. But I think also because it's not a FOMO thing. So I don't want to say it's FOMO because it's not. It's one of those like, when you see good moves and you're trying to figure out like, okay, how can I consistently catch that? Right? I don't have a problem. Like if I get into a trade, I get my 4.5 points and it goes 400 more points without a pullback. I don't really give a damn. Right? But when you see really good swings all the time, you're trying to like figure out, okay, how can I quantify this? And so I think what the issue is that I was trying to figure out how to best catch all of the good swings that I see paint on my chart. And while that is important to start off with, obviously, because that's the only way to really put a strategy together is to look at all of the possibilities. I think the biggest thing is that number one, part of it was not figuring out the right combination of how to look at the data that I see every day. Because I told them, I'm like, I've been looking at the same charts every day for a little, it's about 15 months now. So I know what I see, but I have to figure out how to best put things together to capitalize off of that. Now, I do think that ever since I took all the half trends off my chart and basically we're at bare bones besides, VWAP and some support and resistance levels, I do like that a lot more. I wish I would have kind of started that way, but I kind of started off with the half trend indicator because that's what I was used to already. But yeah, I don't think it's FOMO. It's just a matter of like, if I see something's painting really well every day, I want to figure out how to capitalize off of that. And it's not really necessary. And the reason why it's not necessary is because with me, and this is why there's a big possibility that I'm going to get rid of all counter trend trades. We'll see. Because I think there's like one or two really, really good patterns no matter what the market conditions are. But if I have a specific number of setups, right? No matter how many good swings paint in the market, as long as I am capitalizing off of the patterns that I see that are consistent, that are easy to remember rules to and things like that, 3 to 5 really, really good trades is just fine. A little bit more than that, just in case you have some losses in there or you miss trades and things like that. But I think that's kind of been my problem, just trying to figure out how to capture as much as I can when it's really not needed. Especially when you have seen people like Trades by Matt, for instance. When he got his big payouts, it was because he was doing base hits. Now, I still think he trades a lot off camera, but he specifically focused on base hits, getting 10 points at a time and doing that a couple of times a day. And it's like, I don't need to trade 25 times. I don't need to trade 20 times. For me, I think a good number is like 5 to 7 trades in a session. That's more than enough for me. But I think that's like my biggest thing. And why it was so important for me recently to like, okay, let's just completely simplify this in the best way possible and just try to find the patterns that are the most consistent. Are you going to get a loss here and there? Yes. But I also noticed that some of the things I was trying to like force a way to figure out how to trade, a lot of times, eventually those over time are going to be the ones that like don't end up working out at all. 51. Damn, we stalled in that bar for too long. It's me, micro scalps, yeah. And I have to remind myself that because I am micro scalping, I'm going to get more than enough opportunities as long as I have the right setups and what I'm looking for. You don't need much. You don't need much at all. So that's why I'm open to getting rid of the counter trend moves. But we'll see. So I'm probably going to forego my nap today so I can finish going through that stuff. And that's why the slump is ending this week, damn it. Because I am going to get through all of that stuff. Home runs don't appear on my chart for some reason. And you know what? Home runs don't appear on most people's chart, but they try to force it. Because most people, whether they're on YouTube or not, most people who are going for home runs, I don't know if they realize it, but most people that do, it's an ego thing. It's to be able to show people like, look, I caught 100 points. Look, I caught 150 points. what's the difference between 100 points one time and 10 points 10 times? Because your 100-point move, you might be able to get that once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on what kind of setups you have. But I guarantee you can get those 10 points multiple times a day consistently. And it's like, if you calculate how much money you're losing because you keep trying to have this runner to catch this ridiculously crazy move, which usually people only have 1 or 2 micros left in their runner, you could have just took all that off. You could have. I think I'm down shorting. We may try to reclaim VWAP or consolidate. Where's VWAP at? 154. 154. Going back to VWAP. The 1-minute chart didn't look too bad today. Like I said, for me, that shit was moving too fast. I'm sleepy. But I'm going to be on my A game tomorrow. Don't you worry. Hopefully it takes me only about, this is going to sound crazy, but it's probably going to take me probably 5 hours to finish what I need to finish. 6. I'm going to go with 6. So my goal is to not take a nap no matter how sleepy I am so I can get it done, but also so I can go to bed at a decent time tonight so I'm not sleepy tomorrow so I can actually focus. Damn it. Yeah, Janelle, I heard it's been a little crazy. Just a tad. That's something I struggled with when I was a scalper. Yeah, like I think that I never really, even when I used to trade like, intraday swing trading, whether it was time-based charts or on Rinkos, I never really cared to catch some crazy move. Like there's a guy that I watch here on YouTube. I love his content. Actually there's 2, but there's specifically this one guy where he trades ICT, I'm pretty sure, because he always talks about liquidity grabs and fair value gaps or whatever. And I don't think he realizes how much money he loses because he's trying to go for these crazy moves, right? He'll literally have the 1-to-1 on his screen and then he'll move his take profit up like, but we could go there. What the heck? What on the chart is telling you that? Nothing. Nothing on your chart is telling you that it's going to go all the way up there. And it's like when you look at his chart and you see structure, why are you trying to go there? And he'll consistently bypass the 1-to-1 and move his stop loss to break even. But then after that, it's just like, okay, well, you just lost out on a bunch of money because you're trying to go for this crazy move that doesn't actually even make any lick of sense. Then there's another guy. He mainly struggles with psychology because he gets bored. And I think that people who get bored while they're trading needs to reduce their time frame. If you get bored trading a 1-minute chart, go down to a 30-second. Because obviously when you start to make stupid decisions, because I ain't gonna call them mistakes, when you make stupid decisions because you're bored and you want to take trades, well then obviously whatever time frame you're using, you're not getting enough setup, so it's time to decrease the time frame. It's that simple. He's in 7th place. Nice, because he started, I think when I looked, I was watching, I think, an old stream from 4 days ago, maybe last night while I was doing that stuff. And I think he was in 13th place at the time. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Oh, shit. Session's over. All right. I'm not going to keep you guys for long. It's not much to show you. I just took that one damn trade. I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning. how far I got in that big stack. Cause I already, I'll tell y'all. I got to page like 45. And the total number of pages, I think it's 80 something. So I'm about halfway through, like 87. So I'm like halfway through. So like I said, my goal is to finish it. Then I'll feel good about going into tomorrow. But we'll see. But here's the account. I'm basically almost back at full drawdown. I'm missing about $90. So one trade basically. Traded my personal account, like I said, just to not get hit with the inactivity fee. But yeah, my focus today is to get through that and be done. Cause I can look at my old analysis sheet when I was trading volume only, and I could see kind of where the clusters of the best trades were, but now I have to make it like fit with order flow, and then I'll be good from there. I get bored, but I start watching shit, or I'll call somebody, and that's what you're supposed to do. But like the one guy, his videos are actually pretty entertaining. His name is Tweaking Trades. If you guys have never checked him out, he's very great entertainment. And I hate how some people troll him in his comments, because they'll be like, man, bro has to be doing this on purpose just for entertainment, just so you guys will use his code, or just so that he can get views and YouTube money and blah blah blah. But no, you can really tell that he has an issue with his psychology part of trading, and I can tell that he has a decent strategy. He just doesn't wait for it. He just doesn't wait for it to happen. But it's pretty cool. I like his content. I even like the way that he puts everything together. He comes out with a video every Sunday, and he just recaps his week, and he shows you every day like the trades that he's taken. So last week he went on this quest to try, actually it was a week before, to try to like cut down on his unnecessary trades based off of emotion and being bored. And so he was sticking to his 3 trades a day. He did it all the previous week, and then last week he did it all the way up until Friday. And on Friday he just went cuckoo. I think he ended up taking like 32 trades that day or something crazy. But at the same time, I think he trades multiple micros, not a lot, maybe like 2 or something, maybe 3. So it might not have actually been 32 trades, but either way, he went way past his 3 trades. And yeah, but he has a pretty cool channel. Exactly. Green is green. I ain't tripping at all. I just want to be able to execute what I see, but I have to finish. Even when I was putting my cheat sheet together last night, I was like, I don't really like this. I don't like how I have it right now. I don't like the rules right now. And I know that until I get through the rest of that data, I'm not going to like it. It just seems kind of sporadic a little bit, like what I'm looking for. And what my biggest goal is that each setup, whether it's a regular pullback, alternate pullback, the no interest reversal, whether trend or counter trend, or the divergence trades, I want it to be like, all right, volume looks like this. This is what, and it's this particular setup. This is the one thing I'm looking for and nothing more. That's kind of how I want it to be. It's not 100% realistic, because there's different factors, like how much volume is in this bar compared to this one. So, but even if I have like 2 different options per setup, as long as it's something that's very easy for me to remember, I'm okay with it. I think for the most part, what I'm going to see is that for the pullbacks, there's going to have to be 2 options, because for the most part, if the entry bar is attached to a level, then a lot of patterns still work out, as long as the volume pattern is a certain way. And that's only because if the volume pattern is a certain way, everything primarily works out, because it's showing you that that level is a strong level to continue to support the trade. But aside from that, I want everything else to just be a one-liner. And that would help me significantly. Okay, it will, but we'll see. Who is that? Tweaking Trades. What country we gonna meet up in for a trip when everybody gets? Ooh, we gotta figure that out. Okay, but wait, why we got to? As long as it's a country where I don't have to be on a plane for very long, because she has back problems and knee problems, and I don't like being in planes for long. Okay. I used to be that person where I wanted a nonstop flight all the time, but baby, if it's gonna be more than 3 hours, honey, I need a layover. The longer I'm in this air, the worse it's gonna get. Okay. Hold on, I'll show you, Amelia. I'll show you. This is his channel right here. I love his channel. I never watched any of his lives. He doesn't really go live like that. I mean, his last live was like 3 months ago. But like I said, he puts out a short, like 8-minute video every single week recapping. And it's just, I just like watching other people trade. Let me know how you like it. Bali? Now, Paul, how long I gotta be on a plane for that? We're gonna have to talk about that for real though. Because I got goals, and when I hit them, I want to celebrate. I am one of those people who, like, my entire life, I've never celebrated milestones. I never slowed down to smell the roses. All right. I never did. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Besides me just having memory issues, most of my life is a complete blur because I never stopped to celebrate myself ever. It was like, I'm a very goal oriented person. So I almost always have like 10 goals that I'm working on at one time. Now, at this point in my life, I'm too old for that. But it was like by the time I reached one goal, I'm still working on so many. And now I've added another to replace that one that I never just like sat back and thought to myself, like, look at all you've accomplished. You should like be happy with that. You should celebrate that. But it's like, no, I can't celebrate because like while I'm hitting the small goals, it's almost like the small goals didn't matter to me because of what my big goal is. Like, I don't know. It's very toxic. But I also feel like there are certain places in life that I would have never been if I didn't have that thought process to begin with. You know what I mean? But as I age, I'm trying to celebrate a little bit more. 24-hour. Paul trying to kill me. Paul is trying to kill me. What? Oh my goodness. You know what? If that is the place you guys want to meet up at, I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure it out. That's long. I think my uncle and them went to Hawaii, which is a place that I kind of wanted to go to for a long time. But when he said it was a 6-hour flight, honey, you know what? It's too far. They still make Bengay? I'm weak. Yes. But you know what, Amelia? One of the things I do love about being in the middle of the country is when I'm traveling somewhere in the country. Now, when you're going out of the country, it does help if you on one side or the other, depending on where you're going. But it's helpful being in the middle because most of the places, like, I can fly almost anywhere in the United States and be there within 2 hours. Almost anywhere. Some places are a little bit longer, but I don't think that any flight is longer than 3 hours. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. So that's the one nice thing. And then like St. Louis we used to be considered an international airport. We're not anymore. But that was the one good thing when we were, was that most of the time I could find a nonstop flight. So I was there like that and I loved it. And most of the places that I used to like to go, it was only an hour and a half flight. So it was perfect for me. When I lived in Texas, I think when I lived in California, I never flew anywhere. I was working too much. But I do know there was one time where I did take a flight from New York to, I think maybe Utah. Oh gosh, never again. Never again. 2 stops, 14 hours and 7 hours. Well, okay, wait. See, the 2 stops great. But the 14 and 7, you know, Paul, we're gonna have to rethink that. We're gonna have to come up with a different place. Yeah. But I do want to do something, definitely. Especially because I love you guys. I've watched your streams for a while and this is my first time commenting. Well, good morning, VJ. You should create a victory board. It's like you know what? That is a great idea. That is a great idea. And you know something? I've never liked vision boards. I do have one that's actually still on my home screen. Why can't I? Oh, because my phone is on Do Not Disturb. This one I made for my home screen when, let's see, it might have been 2023 actually. I made it just as something I can keep in front of me, right? And it was just nice to look at. But one of the reasons why I never made vision boards is because when you're goal oriented, you kind of hate it sometimes because it's like, oh, great. 2 of these things I did, but the other 7 things I didn't, so I'm a failure. It is such toxic thinking, but that literally is how I think. So, like, I have this one journal. Do I have it over here? I do not see it. Oh, maybe. Hold on. So, I bought this thing. It's called a productivity planner, right? And it's from a company called Intelligent Change. If you have problems with productivity, this will help you a lot. But for me, it was very counterproductive for my mental. What is this? Oh, look, this is something trading related, and this journal had nothing to do with anything trading related. But anyway, so what you would do is, this is like 3 years old. So every week there was like a weekly planning, and you put like what your intention is for the week, the 5 most important tasks of the week, 5 secondary tasks of importance, and then like 5 additional tasks where, like, if you've completed all of those things, these are things that you want to get done as well. So that was on a weekly basis. And then on a daily basis, it had like a little quote up there, and then you write what your most important task of the day is. And it says, if this was the only thing you did today, you would be satisfied. And so then there's secondary tasks of importance. So you basically take the 5 primary tasks that you wrote at the beginning of the week, and basically you divide it into each day. So 1 for each day of the week or whatever. And then you have 2 secondary tasks for the day, 2 additional tasks of the day, and then any notes. And then it was really cool because one of the things that it talked about, in order for you to stay productive, what you should always do is like work in 30-minute sessions. So you wrote down like what your target number of 30-minute sessions was for that particular thing. And then as you complete that, you color it in or whatever. And then you write what your actual number of 30-minute sessions were. And it basically said like every 30 minutes, you should take a 5-minute break. And so I started using this. But first of all, one of the things that I started to hate was, number 1, if I didn't meet the goal, the goals that I set or the tasks that I had. But then also I felt like I was forcing myself to do tasks that I did not necessarily want to do at that time, just so that I can fill the planner up. And so it became very counterproductive for me. And I'm somebody, like, I'm very aware of like my emotions and how they affect my productivity, how they affect like how I just think and feel and do certain things. And it was like over time of using that, because I think I used it for probably like a month and a half, I was like, oh, I have to stop. I have to stop, because now I'm feeling like a failure, because at the beginning of the week, I wrote down 10 different tasks and I only got 5 done. Yeah, it didn't work. It did not work. But I think a victory board would be really, really good. Because even though you should never like sit where you are and be 100% content, because I feel like we always have room to grow. We always have room to, get better and be more efficient at things and just be better, overall better people. I also think that it's not good when you are not content to a certain extent, because then you just have toxic thinking like me, where you feel like you're a failure no matter what you do. And that's my issue. But I'm getting better with it. I am. Because even when it comes to like trading related stuff, like especially being on YouTube for 15 months, trying to put this strategy together, going back from losing to winning and losing and winning, like sometimes I ask myself, like, girl, do you know what you're doing? And then guess what? Every time I start thinking that, I log onto Facebook, which I don't even use Facebook like that anymore. And there's always some kind of memory trading related reminding me, like, girl, you know how to trade. You just are trying to figure out how to do it in this way that makes the most sense for what your goals with trading is now. My goal is not to sit on the charts all day. So I don't want to intraday swing trade. My goal has always been like, I always told myself, no matter how well I was doing when I was intraday swing trading, like I was still failing to a certain extent, because my ultimate goal was to master scalping. Because for me, no matter if I have a lot of time today, if I only have a few minutes to trade, whatever, I want to master scalping, so that let's say I have somewhere that I have to be at 10 a.m. I can get on the charts at 8:35, take a few trades by 9 o'clock, and get off and go get my day started. Or, you know, if I'm on vacation, I want to still be able to vacation and trade, and I cannot do that. I can't enjoy my vacation if I have to sit on the charts for 6 hours to be able to make the money that I want to make. Whereas I don't really like getting my day started till after 12 o'clock anyway. So guess what? If I'm out in a different country, in a different city, whatever, I can load up my charts, boom, take my few trades. All right, I made my money for the day. Now let me go and enjoy my vacation. So, you know, like I said, it's kind of a toxic way of thinking, but it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. It sounded like something I would start and keep up with for like a week and then stop. Yeah. That productivity. And I think that also, like, it kind of goes back to like what we were talking about earlier with the Dave Ramsey thing and budgeting. One of the reasons why budgeting doesn't work well for me is because I'm not an overspender anyway. I don't spend frivolously. I don't spend like I don't shop. So for me, it's like, why do I have to be super strict with a budget when I don't, like, I'm in debt right now, not because I was overspending or anything. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the productivity planner, I'm already a naturally productive person. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when I have time on my hands, if I'm not taking a nap, because I've been napping, you know, the last probably month or so, I am usually trying to figure out, okay, let's figure out how to make this strategy better. Is there something that I'm missing? Let's look at it from this angle. Like, I'm always doing something. So I don't need something that's so strict that I have to write down exactly what my task is and things like that. It's not helpful. It's not. So I think when you already are naturally a certain kind of person, certain things, certain tools will actually be counterproductive for you because you're already like that person to begin with. I don't know. That's just my thought process. I don't know. But I've been here long enough, you guys. I enjoyed the conversation today. I'm sorry I didn't trade more. Hopefully, starting tomorrow, I will if I can get through all this stuff. I'm going to go finish this back test stuff or analyzing the trades that I already have. And hopefully, I come up with something good. Hopefully. We'll see. But I thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:45 Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.